What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to the Hardcore Mystic. And we are continuing on through some adventure mode. This time around, we are on Nimbus Reach Hard. Let's jump in and give it a whirl here. So this one could be a little bit intense. We'll have to see how it goes. We're going to throw like a wall right there, and then we'll go with a couple of sand vipers, say something like that. I'm going to drop an obelisk just right here to get a little obelisk action in. I'm a little worried about the flyers on this one. Let's see. Let's throw another snake back there like that. Now, let's see. Let's continue on. Like I said, I'm a little worried about the flyers. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with, like, some serpent's coils. Not sure we got a really good spot for them on that lane, to be honest. We've got it a little bit easier, like here. Here we can do something like this. We can throw snakes pretty much all over the place. We can put a couple there. We can put some up top even. I'm not sure what I want to do with them though. If we don't put them up on something here, then we'll lose a little line of sight, I feel like. So let's go with something like that. And then how about serpent's coils over on this side? You know what? Let's put serpent's coils over here. Let's go with 2 of them, something like that. Now here we got a double lane. We can do quite a bit of double dipping here as well. Let's go something like a couple of sand vipers there. Do we want to put some up top? Yeah, why not? Let's throw a couple of them there, and then we'll get throw a couple of serpent's coils there. What about over here? Yeah, we'll just throw... I think these could potentially get beat on. We'll have to see how it goes here with those. And then over here we got it a little bit easier. There's just lots of good spots. Why don't we choke it off like right there and say right here, and then we'll just double dip as well on some vipers here on these. There's 3. Do we want... Yeah, let's just go ahead and put a 4th there. And then what about serpent's coils? Same thing here. I just get a feeling that these are probably going to get wrecked. Let's see how it goes. We'll put them out there. We've got a ton of DU left, so we might as well throw down a bunch of sand traps. That might be a little bit much. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit much. Let's just go with 2. 2 on each lane. And then we can throw some more around in the other areas. Now this one, I'm definitely going to have to be staring at the mini-map quite a bit. And then we're going to have to go and, manually handle... manually handle any of the, like the javelin throwers, or probably even the flyers. See, that leaves me 80 left. What can we do with 80? Well, we can just throw down four more sand traps. Let's do that. We'll throw one there. And then we can drop just one more. This will just throw one more right there. Maybe? Yeah. All right, so we're going to have to manage this lane, no doubt. Let's let it fly and see how it goes. This is going to be kind of an ugly map, I have a feeling. In fact, I think there will be a lot of ugly maps until I get a Deadly Strikes. So it makes me wonder if maybe I should have even invested into a Deadly Strikes, because one thing's for sure with this style of defense, where it's like those single laser beams, range is just such a good thing. I'm going to try to get this obelisk upgraded quite a bit too. Maybe get some damage in on it. I need to get some shards on that as well. How are we holding up? I don't see anything going... Well, we're taking damage like crazy here. Let's just get a repair on that. Just drop a call to madness there, and then we could go check on the other areas. All right, so that wasn't too terrible. You know, obviously not super smooth running, but not terrible either. And I didn't lose anything, which that's a plus. Where with some of these placements, I thought for sure I was going to be losing some stuff. See if we can't get just even upgrades on all of the heavy damaging things. All right, what else? We have one more snake up here. That leaves me 115 left, so a little bit of change for a couple of upgrades over here. And actually, let's dump it. Let's go into that obelisk. Like I mentioned, I think the obelisk is going to be putting in some work, so giving it an opportunity to really shine will probably pay off quite a bit here. I was hoping that Kobold was going to turn around and go blow up his friends, but did not work out quite that way. Man, we got flyers pushed way in already. Oh yeah, we got a lot of flyers here. Gonna need to have to focus these guys for sure. Sand Viper down. Alright, I think we got the flyers. We got a Drakenlord. Now this will be a challenge since we have no form of ignite at all. And there is the death. Nope, I survived it. This Drakenlord is going to tear stuff up, though. Now, we do have that Petrify, which is helping things out quite a bit. Yeah, we got through him. If that was the old Drakenlord, there's no way I would have survived that. Zero chance. So, very grateful for the new Drakenlord. Alright, so we lost pretty much everything over here. We go something like that. We want to get one in up here again. I mean, I don't see why not. And then what? We lost some coils too. Oh man, look at that wall. The wall got beat down. We're gonna have to do something for flyers here too. In fact, I feel like I could probably get rid of... Can I get rid of one of these? Let's do it. Let's get rid of one of those, and we'll put something in here that's dedicated to just flyers. And we'll put it, like, right here. So that won't be able to reach anything except flyers. So that will help me out when those flyers push through. All right, let's let it fly again. This one is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a little sketch until I get a little more range. So deadly strikes would be quite nice getting added into the mix here. Ooh, Sand Viper down. That was one of the ones over here. Well, it's the javelin throwers now is why. We're going to have javelin throwers through the remainder of the map now. What do we got? We got a Plaguing Hawk rolling out. Get rid of these flyers that we don't have to worry about them. Alright, I think this lane is holding up. Actually, I thought that lane was going to be the weakest lane, and it seems to be performing pretty well. Alright, we're losing stuff like crazy throughout the middle here. Oh, it's the Plaguing Hawk is just cleaving down everything, huh? Throw another Call to Madness in there. Yeah, everything is just getting chewed up here. Let's get Malthius out of here and get rid of these, all these constantly spawning skellies here. Alright, Malthius down. Having to rebuild every wave is not good. That is for sure. You know what? I think I'm gonna... The javelin throwers are gonna keep throwing at this stuff. And, you know, they're gonna throw from an angle over here. And could easily clip the defenses. So, I think I might build everything up top here. We'll have to worry about... We'll have to worry about the flyers from this side dive bombing into it. But besides that, I think it will probably go pretty well that way. Now, we had that Plaguing Hawk up in here cleaving everything too that time, which didn't help things out. But let's see if we can make this work out. I feel pretty good about picking up that defense rate shard with Defender Metals, but I almost wish I would have picked up a Deadly Strikes instead of a Destruction. I feel like it really, really would pay off using just the Mystic only. We'll get one here before long. We got a big flyer push over here this time. We got dive bombers out the wazoo here. Just hold those off for a minute with a little call to madness. I haven't even looked through this side. Okay, the Cyclone Shaper could wreak a little havoc here too. And we got Super Doggo. The Doggo is... Here's our frame rate freezes. Seems like it's a daily thing now. That happening. It might be just because of the Mystic, to be honest, with all the laser beams going. And then the particle effects from the sand traps or whatever. I'm not sure. It seems like it's definitely a regular occurrence now, where it used to nearly never happen. Man, we're taking a lot of damage over here on this wall. I think we might be over the hump a little, depending on what bosses we get now. Got a few upgrades in. We're able to power through quite a bit of the stuff that we maybe couldn't necessarily power through before. Let's see, what are we going to have? Okay, we got a Siege Roller this time. The Siege Roller's got a long way to go on that particular lane, so especially considering this is the final wave. I think we'll probably be okay there. I really wanted to get one more upgrade on that obelisk, but... Alright, let's just let it fly. So yeah, that Siege Roller's just got a super, super long run. We got Javelin Throwers like crazy here. Is there one more in there? No. Looks like they're all dead. It's like Javelin Throwers, then Flyers. I think that, and then the mini bosses. Seems like the main, like, priority list here. Or I guess sometimes Flyers, then Javelin Throwers. That was, what, a Wither Beast achievement and a Kobold achievement. A little bit of gold there. Not a whole lot, but a little taste. Alright, how are we doing over here? We got a big flyer push there. I'm not super worried about that Slakelion, since it's the final wave, so he can get all the way up here. I do want to make sure this roller doesn't blow me up here. Sand Viper down due to the Slakelion cleave. And then here is our Siege Roller, is finally here. Alright, Siege Roller down. And 40 more mobs. Once again, it's just a beating. This, you know, obviously I've never played through the game in this form, using specific characters at specific levels. And it's just, it's funny that you see the switches in power where, like, the Mystic is one of, as far as the defenses go, the Mystic is one of the most powerful heroes in game. Definitely not feeling that right now, though. Super, super sweaty, pretty much every map. And the Mystic is just going to be one of those very gear-dependent heroes. Super, super powerful once you get the gear. But without the gear, not so much. We're still able to get the job done, though. We haven't had any really super, super close calls where, you know, the run has been really threatened with, like, you know, the core being close to death or whatever. But, however, this is definitely a little bit sketchy. So, as soon as we get some Gobu Booms in our life, if we get some deadly strikes in our life here, it's going to be very, very changing, no doubt. Let's auto-collect everything up, though, and go take a look at the loot. All right, let's see what we got there. Got a pretty nice dagger upgrade there. Nothing really jumping out at me here, though. Let's take a look at the shards. We got another shard that's usable, but not glorious. We'll just throw it in there for now. Another complete wasted shard, and I just don't know why the run speed is being so elusive to me. There's 2 playthroughs in a row, and normally I feel like I just get overrun with these things. There is a nice upgrade for our walls. We will take that. We got a fire servo on that one. It's not exactly a huge power gain there, though. Yeah, I think we'll just leave that stuff for now. But anyway, there we go, y'all. Where's my pet now? He's level 2, so just barely getting some progress here. But that will get it for this one. So another one down. Can't wait to get we need 400 more defender medals. And we'll be able to pick up another shard. I think I'm going to go for a Deadly Strikes. I really do. I think like that might be the best investment at this point. But anyway, that will get it for this time. Thanks an absolute ton for watching. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. If you haven't, call your mom, for God's sakes. But thanks a ton, and I will see you next time. Take it easy.